So students, now we are moving on to chapter number 2, which is physical features of India. So open your geography book on page number 7, okay? Chapter number 2, physical features of India. Let's see some important points of this chapter first. First thing that we learnt in this chapter was the theory of plate tectonics. क्या था? Plate tectonics की हमने theory पढ़ी थी. What did this theory say? इस theory ने क्या बोला था? That all of the earth, हमारे यहाँ की जो earth है, जो upper crust part है, it is floating on molten magma. जो parts हैं, जो plates हैं earth की, on which the present day continents are located, they are floating on semi-molten liquid form of magma. Okay? And when these plates, when these crusts, जब ये जो plates हैं, जो tectonic plates हैं, when they converge or diverge, we feel earthquakes on the earth's surface. The breaking of Pangaea. The breaking of Pangaea, what we learnt in this topic was that many years ago, काफ़ी सालों पहले, what used to happen that there was only one continent and one super ocean. Okay, the name of that supercontinent was Pangaea. Okay, what was the name of the supercontinent? Pangaea. But due to the volcanic activities or some other interior activities of the earth, Pangaea broke into several other land masses which we see today. And what do we call them? We call them continent. Then we also learned how India was formed. This we'll also discuss in this video, how India was formed. Okay. Next, see, the name of our chapter is physical features of India. Our India, our country is divided into 6 major physiographic divisions. हमारे भारत को we have divided it into 6 major divisions. What these divisions are? On the top we have the Himalayan mountains. Okay, सबसे ऊपर हमारे India map पे we have the Himalayan mountains. Then right under the Himalayan mountains there are the northern plains. Then we have the Peninsula Plateau. Then the Indian desert, the coastal plains and the islands. So there are 6 physical features of India in which India has been divided. Okay, they are named here: Himalayan mountains, northern plains, Peninsula Plateau, Indian desert, coastal plain and the islands. Then we move on to internal question and answers. Okay, अब हम देखेंगे इस चैप्टर के internal question and answer. So keep your pencils ready in your hand. Okay, first on page number 7. Okay, on page number 7 on the top blank space, write the question number 1, which is folding and faulting are the result of which geological actions? Okay, folding and folding of the tectonic plates. Okay, are the result of which geological action? What happens inside the earth which gives way to folding and faulting? Answer, you can mark the answer or write it underneath the question. Movement of tectonic plates. That when the tectonic plates, धरती के अंदर की जो tectonic plates है, जब वो move करती हैं, either they stay away from each other, they converge, in which it is called faulting. Okay, and when they diverge, जब वो साथ में टकराती हैं, then it's called folding. So which geological action results in folding and faulting? The movement of tectonic plates. Next question on page number 11. Open your book on page number 11 and write the second question. What are Shivalik ranges made up of? Shivalik ranges किस चीज के बने हुए हैं? Like what kind of soil, what kind of stones you will find there? Let us go through the answer first. These ranges are composed of unconsolidated sediments brought down by rivers. यानी कि शिवालिक रेंजेस में आपको किस तरह के sediments मिलेंगे? Unconsolidated sediments which are brought down by rivers from the main Himalayan ranges located far north. Means जो unconsolidated sediments हैं, जो कि Himalayan rivers से बह के नीचे आते हैं. The Shivalik ranges are made up of those unconsolidated sediments. And where will you mark the answer? In the very low paragraph, जो सबसे नीचे वाला पैराग्राफ है आपका, come to the 4th line. Okay, in the 4th line it is written clearly, these ranges are composed of unconsolidated sediments brought down by rivers from the main Himalayan ranges located far north. Okay, I hope you have marked this question. Moving on to question number 3 on page number 12. On page number 12, again on the top blank space, you can write question number 3, which is, which area of India is a flat land of extensive alluvial deposits? Means India का कौन सा part है which is a flat land of extensive alluvial deposits where alluvial deposits are being formed. Alluvial deposits, see, mountains से जो rivers आती हैं उनके साथ बह के आता है alluvial soil. Okay, so which area of India is this? The northern plains. Write the answer beneath the question with your pencil. Which area of India is a flatland of extensive alluvial deposit? It is the northern plains. It is a very heavily populated and agricultural area. Then on page number 13, write our fourth question. Name the oldest part of Indian landmass. On page number 13, write the next question, the oldest part of Indian landmass. Write the answer beneath the question with your pencil. The Peninsula Plateau. सबसे पुराना जो हमारी इंडिया का लैंडमास है, द ओल्डेस्ट एरिया ऑफ इंडिया इज द पेनिनसुला प्लेटू. ओके, so students, that was for our internal question and answer of this chapter. Now we are moving on to our copy work of chapter number 2. If you have not done the copy work in your copy so far, then please do so. Moving on, pay close attention here as we will discuss each and every question and answer. Okay, so first question is, what are tectonic plates? Okay, it's very simple. Tectonic plates क्या हैं? See, the Earth's crust is floating on the semi-molten rocks of mantle. Okay, we know our Earth is divided into 3 layers. Okay, these 3 layers are called crust, which is the uppermost layer. Then we have mantle, and then we have core. So, जो Earth crust है, the Earth surface on which we live is floating. वो तैर रही है semi-molten rocks of mantle पे. The convectional currents in the molten rocks split the crust or the lithosphere into a number of large fragments. These fragments are called tectonic plates. So the fragments which are floating on the semi-molten rocks of mantle, those fragments are called tectonic plates. And it is on these plates that which our Earth, which our crust is located on. Okay. Second, which continents of today were part of the Gondwana land? Okay, Gondwana land was a large landmass in early times. So which continents of today were part of that land? See, the continents that were part of Gondwana land are India, South Africa, Australia, Antarctica and South America. So these continents were actually once upon a time were united. ये सारे continents एक ही थे और उस super continent को हम क्या बोलते थे? Gondwana land. Okay, कौन कौन से continent थे Gondwana land में? India, South Africa, Australia, Antarctica and South America. Our next question is, what is the Bhabar? See, the zone of soil which spreads parallel along the slopes of Shivalik foothills is known as Bhabar. Shivalik are the mountain ranges in India. So the soil which spreads parallel, जो उसके parallel में आपको मिलेगा, that soil is known as Bhabar. The soil in the region is coarse with lots of pebbles. अब ये जो मिट्टी है वो कैसी होगी? इसमें आपको बहुत सारे pebbles मिलेंगे, छोटे छोटे कंकड़. It is having a width of about 8 to 16 किलोमीटर. और कितने एरिया में मिलेगा ये आपको? 8 to 16 किलोमीटर के विड्थ में आपको ये सॉइल मिलेगा. कहाँ पर? Along the foothills of Shivalik. Okay. Next, name the 3 major divisions of the Himalayas from north to south. So हमारे पास जो हिमालयन रेंजेस हैं चिल्ड्रन, उनको हमने 3 पार्ट्स में डिवाइड करा हुआ है, 3 अलग अलग रेंजेस में. तो वो इसी के नाम पूछ रहा है, दैट व्हाट आर द मेजर डिवीजन ऑफ द हिमालयाज. द 3 मेजर डिविजन्स ऑफ द हिमालयाज फ्रॉम नॉर्थ टू साउथ आर, फर्स्ट इज द ग्रेट हिमालयाज और इनर हिमालयाज और हिमाद्री. ओके, द स्लैशेस मीन्स द डिफरेंट नेम्स बाय विच दे आर कॉल्ड. सो द ग्रेट हिमालयाज, इनर हिमालयाज और हिमाद्री. इट इज द नॉर्थन मोस्ट डिविजन. जो लाइन आपको सबसे नॉर्थ में मिलेगी, सबसे ऊपर मिलेगी. Then we have the lesser Himalayas called Himachal. जो बीच की लाइन है हिमालयास की, that is called Himachal. And the last one is called Shivaliks, which is the southernmost division, which you will find in India. Okay, so there are 3 ranges of Himalaya mountains which go. Okay, कौन कौन सी हैं? Himadri, Himachal and Shivalik. You should remember these names specifically: Himadri, Himachal and Shivalik. Himadri is the outermost layer, Himachal is the middle, and Shivalik is the southernmost division. Next question, which plateau lies between the Aravali and the Vindhya ranges? Aravali and the Vindhya ranges are 2 mountain ranges. उनके बीच में कौन सा plateau आता है? Answer is Malwa plateau lies between the Aravali and the Vindhya ranges. You are pretty familiar with Aravali, I guess. Okay, this you can find in Rajasthan only. Aravali ranges कहाँ पे हैं? राजस्थान में हैं. And where are the Vindhya ranges? In मध्य प्रदेश. तो इन दोनों के बीच की जो लैंड है वो एक प्लेटू है. And what is the name of that land? It is Malwa plateau. Name the island group of India having coral origin. Okay, which island group of India having coral origin? लक्षद्वीप आइलैंड्स आर कंपोज्ड ऑफ स्मॉल कोरल आइलैंड। लक्षद्वीप आइलैंड जो है वो छोटे छोटे आइलैंड्स को मिलकर बना हुआ है, इसीलिए हम इसको क्या बोलते हैं, स्मॉल कोरल आइलैंड का ग्रुप, एंड द नेम इज लक्षद्वीप आइलैंड। ओके, नाउ क्वेश्चन नंबर 3, वी हैव टू शो द डिफरेंसेस बिटवीन converging and diverging tectonic plates. Okay, what is the difference between converging tectonic plates and diverging tectonic plates? Pay close attention here. See, we already know what tectonic plates are. These are the plates on which our continents are located on. Okay, so if the plates are pushed towards each other, they are called converging plates. अगर जो plates हैं वो एक दूसरे के पास आती हैं तब हम उनको क्या बोलते हैं, converging. And similarly, if the plates move away from each other, अगर वो दूर चली जाती हैं एक दूसरे से, they are called diverging plates. During convergence, they may either collide and crumble or one may slide under the other. Now when the plates converge, जब वो पास आती हैं तो वो आपस में कोलाइड हो सकती हैं, टूट सकती हैं और एक दूसरे के अंदर स्लाइड भी हो सकती हैं. But when the plates diverge, okay, what happens during divergence? They may form a new crust or the sea floor spreads. जब plates diverge हो रही हैं, it will result in faulting. Means वहाँ पे क्या बन जाएगा, एक गड्ढा बन जाएगा जिससे कि earthquakes आ सकते हैं. Okay? Converging plates cause faults. जब converging plates पास में आती हैं, इट कोज फोल्ड्स, मींस जो अर्थ है वो ऊपर की तरफ उठती है. बट डाइवर्जिंग प्लेट्स कोज फ्रैक्चर इन द क्रस्ट. डाइवर्जिंग प्लेट्स की मदद से क्या होता है, अर्थ जो है वो नीचे और धंस जाती है. आवर नेक्स्ट टॉपिक इज भांगर एंड खादर. वी हैव टू शो द डिफरेंसेस बिटवीन भांगर एंड खादर. व्हाट दे आर? सी, भांगर इज द ओल्ड एलुवियल सॉइल. जो पुरानी मिट्टी है, एलुवियल मिट्टी, उसको हम बोलते हैं भांगर. एंड खादर इज द न्यू एलुवियल सॉइल. न्यू एलुवियल सॉइल कौन सा है? खादर. सी, इट ऑफ्टन कंटेन्स कंकर विथ कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट्स इन सबसॉइल. In Bhangar you will find calcium carbonates. Okay, you will find small stones, kankar, rich in calcium carbonates. But in Khadar you will find the sand to be more finer and more sandy and free from kankar. जो भांगर मिट्टी होगी उसमें आपको छोटे स्टोन्स मिलेंगे, जबकि जो खादर है इट इज मोर फाइनर एंड मोर सैंडी एंड फ्री फ्रॉम कंकर. मीन्स यू वॉन्ट फाइंड स्मॉल स्टोन्स इन खादर. It is found away from the river. Bhangar soil is found away from the river and Khadar is found near river basin. तो एक मिट्टी हमें नदियों से दूर मिलेगी और एक near the rivers. Next we have Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats. What are the differences between Western and Eastern Ghats? Point 1. Western Ghats mark the western edge of the Deccan Plateau. We already know that the Deccan Plateau is the lowermost part of India. तो जो western part है पूरा उसको हम बोलते हैं Western Ghat, and the Eastern Ghats mark the eastern edge of the Deccan Plateau. Okay, so first point is very important कि जो Western Ghats है वो western edge की तरफ mark होगा और Eastern Ghat eastern edge की तरफ mark होगा. Okay, now let's see. See, the Western Ghats are continuous and can only be crossed through passes. वेस्टर्न घाट्स आर कंटिन्यूअस, मीन्स जो ये पहाड़ हैं वेस्टर्न घाट्स के ये कंटिन्यूअस हैं और इनको पासेस जो छोटी जगह होती हैं वहीं से पास किया जा सकता है. बट ईस्टर्न घाट्स आर डिसकंटिन्यूअस एंड इरेगुलर एंड डिसेक्टेड बाय रिवर्स. ओके, एंड दीज रिवर्स ड्रेन इनटू द बे ऑफ बंगाल. नाउ जो ईस्टर्न घाट्स जो हमें ईस्टर्न साइड पे मिलेंगे इंडिया के, दे आर डिसकंटिन्यूअस एंड इरेगुलर, मीन्स दे आर वेरी इजी टू क्रॉस. जबकि जो वेस्टर्न घाट्स है दे आर वेरी हार्ड टू क्रॉस, दे कैन ओनली बी क्रॉस थ्रू पासेस. Number 3, their average elevation is 900 to 1600 meter. Okay, so आप देख रहे हो वेस्टर्न घाट्स की जो ऊंचाई है, जो एलिवेशन है, it is from 900 to 1600 meter, while the eastern Ghats, their average elevation is 600 meter only. Okay, so we know how high they are as well. Next point, the highest peak is Anaimudi. जो हाईएस्ट पीक आपको मिलेगा वेस्टर्न घाट में, इट इज अनाईमुडी, एंड इन द ईस्टर्न घाट द हाईएस्ट पीक इज महेंद्रगिरी. Okay, now next question we come to describe how the Himalayas were formed. जो हिमालय पर्वत हैं वो कैसे बने थे? About 220 million years ago. Okay, from today we are counting 220 million years back. That's very very far ago. India was part of an ancient supercontinent. इंडिया जो था, जब प्रेजेंट इंडिया हम देखते हैं, इट वॉज पार्ट ऑफ अ सुपर कॉन्टिनेंट कॉल्ड द गोंडवाना लैंड. ओके, दिस वास्ट लैंड मास. अब गोंडवाना लैंड में कौन कौन से जो कॉन्टिनेंट्स थे वो जुड़े हुए थे? प्रेजेंट डे साउथ अमेरिका, साउथ अफ्रीका, ऑस्ट्रेलिया एंड अंटार्कटिका. टुडे दे आर सेपरेट कॉन्टिनेंट्स, बट एक टाइम ऐसा था जब ये सारे कॉन्टिनेंट्स आपस में जुड़े हुए थे, एंड दैट कॉन्टिनेंट वाज कॉल्ड गोंडवाना लैंड. ओके, क्लियर सो फार? नाउ सी इट वाज लोकेटेड इन द सदर्न हेमिस्फीयर। गोंडवाना लैंड किस हेमिस्फीयर में था? सदर्न हेमिस्फीयर में। The convection currents of the mantle fractured it into a number of pieces. Now it is telling us कि ये टूटा कैसे? अगर हम ये कह रहे हैं कि गोंडवाना लैंड was one single part, then how did it break into South America, South Africa, Australia and Antarctica? How? The convection currents of the mantle. Mantle is the second layer of our earth. Okay? तो उसमें कुछ fracture हुए, उसमें कुछ दरारें आई, जिसकी वजह से जो ऊपर की अर्थ थी वो भी क्या हो गई? स्प्लिट हो गई, टूट गई, और सारे जो कॉन्टिनेंट्स थे वो धीरे धीरे अलग हो गए। नाउ नेक्स्ट जो पार्ट था गोंडवाना लैंड का, इट कोलाइडेड विद द मच लार्जर यूरेशियन प्लेट। नाउ देयर वाज अनदर प्लेट कॉल्ड यूरेशियन प्लेट, सो द पार्ट कोलाइडेड विद यूरेशियन प्लेट। द नॉर्दर्न एज ऑफ द इंडो ऑस्ट्रेलियन प्लेट वाज द नॉर्दर्न एज ऑफ द इंडो ऑस्ट्रेलियन प्लेट वाज पुश्ड बीनीथ द यूरेशियन प्लेट। तो जब ये प्लेट्स आपस में कोलाइड हुई, नाउ वी हैव टू प्लेट्स, यूरेशियन प्लेट और जो इंडो ऑस्ट्रेलियन प्लेट है। नाउ यूरेशियन प्लेट पे जो इंडो ऑस्ट्रेलियन प्लेट है, इट इज गोना कोलाइड. And what happens when the plates collide? I told you in our earlier question as well that when the plates collide, it makes the earth rise. बीच की जो अर्थ होगी वो क्या होगी? ऊपर की तरफ उठेगी. And that is how our Himalayas were formed. यही पूछ रहा है आपसे क्वेश्चन में कि हिमालयास कैसे बने थे? इंडो ऑस्ट्रेलियन प्लेट एंड यूरेशियन प्लेट कोलाइडेड, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ देयर कोलिजन जो अर्थ सी नीचे की वो ऊपर की तरफ उठी. इट कॉज्ड फोल्ड्स. उसने अर्थ में क्या कॉज करा? फोल्ड्स cause kara, and that is how Himalayas were formed. Now next question number 5, which are the major physiographic divisions of India? Contrast the relief of the Himalayan region with that of the Peninsula Plateau. First we have to tell the major physiographic divisions, which are 6. Then we have to compare the Himalayan area with the Peninsula Plateau area. Okay, first the major physiographic divisions of India are, सबसे पहले हम देखते हैं जो फर्स्ट पार्ट है क्वेश्चन का. ओके, physiographic divisions of India, you should remember them on your fingertips, students. Ki first one is the Himalayan mountains. Okay, second the northern plains, third the Peninsula Plateau, fourth the Indian desert, fifth the coastal plains, and sixth the islands. So these are the names of the 6 physiographic divisions of India. Now the second it is asking contrast the relief of the Himalayan region with that of Peninsula Plateau. दोनों areas को हमें compare करना है. First, Himalayan region and Peninsula Plateau. First point, having a comparatively recent origin, it is made up of young fold mountains. See, Himalayan region is very young and they are made of fold mountains. Okay, young fold mountains हैं ये. Peninsula Plateau on the other hand is the oldest landmass of the Indian subcontinent and thus part of the Gondwana land. एक तरफ Himalayan mountains है which is comparatively very new. Okay, and it is made up of young fold mountains, while the Peninsula Plateau is the oldest landmass of Indian subcontinent and the part of Gondwana land. First point, I think it's clear to you all. Second point, it consists of the loftiest mountains and deep valleys. Himalayan mountains का जो area है वहाँ पे आपको बड़े बड़े mountains मिलेंगे और deep valleys, घाटियाँ मिलेंगी. But the Peninsula Plateau consists of broad and shallow valleys. Now the valleys which you will find in Peninsula Plateau are broad, means chodi, and shallow, means not very deep. Okay, and rounded hills, and their hills are rounded, while the mountains in Himalayan mountains are lofty, means pointed. Okay, it was formed due to the collision of the Indo-Australian and Eurasian plates. How did Himalayan mountains were formed? By the collision of Indo-Australian and Eurasian plate. And how was Peninsula Plateau formed? It was formed due to the breaking and drifting of the Gondwana land. जब Gondwana land टूटा था तब जाके हमें Peninsula Plateau मिला था. It is composed of sedimentary rocks. Himalayan mountains are composed of sedimentary rocks, while the Peninsula Plateau is composed of igneous and metamorphic rocks. Okay, so there are different types of rocks which are found in Himalayan mountains as well as the Peninsula Plateau. So I hope you understood the differences between Himalayan region and the Peninsula Plateau region. Next question we are asking, give an account of the northern plains of India. Okay, the northern plains है right below the Himalayan mountains. We have the northern plains, so we have to tell about it in detail. Formation of the northern plains. First we are discussing. The northern plain of India is formed by 3 river system. Now there are 3 main rivers which flow through the northern plains. That is the Indus, the Ganga, and the Brahmaputra. Okay, 3 नदियां बहती नॉर्दर्न प्लेन से हमारे, इंडस, गंगा, ब्रह्मपुत्र, along with their tributaries. Okay, This plain is composed of alluvial soil. Now because of all the rivers which are flowing here, अभी मैंने आपको बताया कि रिवर जो है वो कौन सा सॉइल लेकर आती हैं? एलुवियल सॉइल. कहां से लेकर आती है? फ्रॉम द माउंटेन्स, राइट? बिकॉज दिस प्लेन इज कंपोज्ड ऑफ एलुवियल सॉइल विच हैज बीन डिपॉजिटेड ओवर मिलियन ऑफ ईयर्स. तो जो नदियां हैं जो मिलियन ऑफ ईयर्स से बह रही हैं, दे आर डिपॉजिटिंग द एलुवियल सॉइल इन द एंटायर एरिया. द टोटल एरिया ऑफ द नॉर्दर्न प्लेन इज अबाउट 7 लाख स्क्वायर किलोमीटर. Okay, it is about 2,400 किलोमीटर long and the width is about 240 to 320 किलोमीटर. कितना लंबा है ये नॉर्दर्न प्लेन्स? 2,400 किलोमीटर. एंड चौड़ाई कितनी है इसकी? 240 to 320. नॉर्दर्न प्लेन्स आर मोस्ट डेंसली पॉपुलेटेड एरियाज ऑफ द कंट्री. एंड नॉर्दर्न प्लेन्स वो एरियाज हैं जो कि बहुत ज़्यादा डेंसली पॉपुलेटेड हैं. आप देखते हो बिहार, उत्तर प्रदेश, दीज आर द स्टेट्स विच फॉल अंडर नॉर्दर्न प्लेन्स एंड दे आर द मोस्ट डेंसली पॉपुलेटेड स्टेट्स ऑफ इंडिया. Then the northern plains are broadly divided into 3 sections. Northern plains को हम 3 sections में बांटते हैं. पंजाब plain which is drained by the Indus River, Ganga plain drained by the river Ganga, and Brahmaputra plain drained by river Brahmaputra. Okay. Also, according to the variation in relief features, the northern plains are divided into 4 regions. Now, also on the basis of what kind of soil is found there. Okay, whether the soil is rich in kankar or not, we have divided northern plains into 4 regions based on the relief feature, that is Bhabar, Terai, Bhangar and Khadar. Okay. Moving on to next question. Write short notes on the following. First, we have to write a short note on the Indian desert. Children, you must be very familiar with the Indian desert as we are living in Rajasthan. Okay. Much of Rajasthan is part of the Indian desert only. See, the Indian desert lies towards the western margins of the Aravalli Hills. Aravalli Hills से अगर आप west की तरफ जाओगे, you will find the Indian desert. It is an undulating sandy plain covered with sand dune. Now it is a plain, it is a sandy plain. यहाँ पे आपको रेत मिलेगी which is covered with sand dunes. जो बड़े बड़े रेत के पहाड़ हैं, रेत के जो टीले हैं, sand dunes बोलते हैं उनको. This region receives very low rainfall. Now this area, the Indian desert, receives very low rainfall, an arid climate and low vegetation cover. The climate here is very hot एंड वेजिटेशन इज ऑल्सो वेरी लेस हियर. यानी कि यहाँ पे जो हरियाली है वो भी कम है, बारिश भी कम होती है और क्लाइमेट भी काफ़ी ज़्यादा है. लूनी इज द ओनली लार्ज रिवर इन दिस रीजन. और जो इंडियन डेजर्ट वाला एरिया है उसमें एक ही नदी है जो बहती है विच इज लूनी. ओके, दैट वाज अवर इंडियन डेजर्ट. मूविंग ऑन, द सेंट्रल हाईलैंड्स. Now, the part of the Peninsula River lying to the north of the Narmada River covering a major area of the Malwa Plateau is known as the Central Highland. Now, नर्मदा रिवर के नॉर्थ वाला पार्ट, यानी नर्मदा रिवर जो बह रही है उसके ऊपर वाला पार्ट के which covers the major area of the Malwa Plateau. Okay, basically the central part of India, it is called the Central Highlands. They are bound by the Vindhya ranges from the south and by the Aravalli Hills from the northwest. आपको विंध्या रेंज मिलेंगी साउथ में और अरावली हिल्स मिलेंगी नॉर्थ वेस्ट में. तो मालवा प्लेटू का जो पार्ट है और जो इंडिया का सेंट्रल पार्ट है उसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? सेंट्रल हाईलैंड्स. द फर्दर वेस्टवर्ड एक्सटेंशन मर्जेस विद द इंडियन डेजर्ट वाइल द ईस्टवर्ड एक्सटेंशन इज मार्क्ड बाय द छोटा नागपुर प्लेटू. वेस्ट में जाके ये किससे मिल जाता है? इंडियन डेजर्ट से मिल जाता है. और ईस्ट में जाता है तो छोटा नागपुर प्लेटू से ही मिल जाता है. The central highlands are wider in the west but narrower in the east. Central highland west की तरफ तो wide है जबकि narrow है, कम है. कहाँ पर? east side में. Okay. Next point, the island groups of India. Now we have to write short notes on the island groups of India. Children, as you already know that there are 2 island groups of India and what they are Andaman and Nicobar and Lakshadweep Islands. Let's see. Lakshadweep Islands. Lakshadweep is composed of small coral islands covering a small area of 32 square kilometers. So the Lakshadweep Island is only of 32 square kilometer. Kavaratti Island is its administrative headquarter. और वहाँ का एक आइलैंड है कावरती आइलैंड जो कि वहाँ का एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव हेडक्वार्टर है. मीन्स ऑल द डेली फंक्शंस जो ऑन गोइंग मिनिस्ट्री फंक्शंस हैं वो कहाँ पे होते हैं? कावरती आइलैंड पे होते हैं. किसके? लक्षद्वीप आइलैंड के. ओके. नेक्स्ट, द अंडमान एंड निकोबार आइलैंड्स. The Andaman and Nicobar Islands are bigger in size and are more numerous and scattered. Now, Andaman and Nicobar is much bigger than Lakshadweep. Okay, the entire group of islands is divided into Andaman in the north and Nicobar in the south. We have also divided this island group into 2 parts, which is the Andaman and the Nicobar. You will find Lakshadweep in the Arabian Sea and Andaman and Nicobar in the Bay of Bengal. Okay. So students, that was it for our second chapter of geography. Okay, I hope you all learned well. I hope you have seen both the videos of chapter 1 and 2 revision. Thank you so much for watching. We will meet again in our next class.